Data model in DBMS. So let's first understand what is data. Data is nothing but information, and what is model? Model is nothing but representation of your data in database. So what exactly data model is? How your data is stored, access, update in database. In short, data model is nothing but a diagrammatical representation of data in database. So let's understand what is the types of data model. So there are two types of data model: entity relationship model, that is ER model, and relational model. So here, first, entity relationship model. So what is entity? So if we having college as a database, and in that college database it consists of student, faculty, classes. So this is nothing but entity, and this entity is independent. So what is and what is relationship? The relationship is nothing but how your entities are connected. So let's understand from this diagram. So here, teacher and student is entity, and teacher teaches student. So teachers is the relationship between these two entities. So every entity is having some attributes. So attributes is nothing but the characteristics or properties of that entity type. So if I am having mobile as an entity, so what is the attribute of that mobile? Is nothing but the model number, the Android version, the screen size, price of that mobile. These all are the thing but an attribute. So let's see some below information. Firstly, we can see what is types of entity, then types of relationship, and types of attribute. So what is types of entity? There is a two entities: strong entity and weak entity. So strong entity has primary key, it is independent, and it is denoted by a single rectangle. So we can say a roll number of particular student. So here roll number is a strong entity because it's uniquely identified and it has a primary key. Then weak entity. So this weak entity is depend on a strong entity. It is denoted by double rectangle in data model, and weak entity has no primary key. So strong entity and weak entity is the parent-child relationship. That means uh, consider the hotel is a strong entity and room is a weak entity, because room is coming under hotel. So if we order something, then order is a strong entity and order item is your weak entity. Then what is a type of relationship? So we can see previously what is relationship. So teacher teaches student. So teachers is the relationship between these two entities, that is this, between this teacher and student. So first relation is one-to-one relationship. That means person has voter card. That means person has only a one voter card. So it's a one-to-one relationship. Next is one-to-many relationship. That means teacher can teaches many students. This is how you can represent the one to many relationship. Many to one relationship means many student can study in particular one class. So let's say 100 student is study in one particular class. Then many to many relationship. So many videos has many views. So this is how the types of relationship work. Next is types of attribute. So first attribute is key attribute. So this key attribute is uniquely identified, that is ID of particular employee, roll number of particular student. This is how the key attribute is. Then next is a composite attribute. Composite attribute is nothing but the attribute can be divided. So let's say first one is a name. So name is dividing into three category: first name, middle name, last name. If we take address, then address is divided into zip code, lane number, etc. The next attribute is multi-value attribute. So here you can see the roll number is the key attribute, and when you declare the key attribute, it is declared by underline, and this is your composite attribute. Then multi-value attribute is nothing but the attribute can hold multiple value. The name itself tells that multi-value attribute means that attribute is holding the multiple values. The derived attribute means the attribute value is derived from other attribute. So if we say student can enroll many courses, so that's why it is denoted by double circle. Then derived attribute means this is a class is our derived attribute, and it is derived based on result. So if result is pass, then student can enter into the next class. Means if a particular student is in 10th or 8th, and if the result is pass, then student can enter into the ninth class. This is how the derived attribute works. Thank you.